Breaking news on Martyn Lucas Investor. We are going to be looking at FFIE and GME, doing a comparison between the both, looking at both the charts, looking at potential buy-in zones and potential sell zones as well. There's the Roaring Kitty live YouTube event today, so if you're watching it before, you can tune in with us. We'll be covering it live on this show. If you're watching it after, then this video will still apply, as we're going to look at the differences between the both, what's better risk to reward, and the charts of both, and we'll even be answering questions with ChatGPT, asking which it believes is the better option to be holding, what's the better risk to reward from an AI perspective, and also looking at, for example, the shorts, how many shorts there are on it, what percentage of the float is held by the retail, which is important. So we're going to be looking at all of that in this video. So if you don't mind, please hitting the like button and subscribing if you haven't already done so. Leave me your comments down below and I'll answer your every single question. So we're looking at FFIE to begin with. We do have some data on the pre-market right now. The markets aren't open when I'm filming this video. I want to get this video out to you as soon as possible. We had a great day yesterday. We've come back and tested the support at about 60 cents in the pre-market, and what we're looking for today is to maybe approach that 90 cents level. That 90 cents level is my first area of resistance. Some people might want to take profits there if they've been buying at 4 cents. I'd like to be taking my profits more towards $4, $10, $20. But that's the first level of resistance, around 90 cents. The next level will be around $1. And if we manage to get above $1.19 today, then we have a good chance of getting back to those $3, $4 levels. Today could be a very volatile day for FFIE. It can shoot to the moon today, or it can gradually go up. So right now we're testing the support, which is good. That 60 cents buy level came into action this morning. We might get another re-entry approaching soon. If it breaks below 60 cents, then remember the last area is about 50 cents is where there's a lot of limit orders for FFIE. Now quickly moving over to GME, which has come back down during the pre-market, as you can see now, currently trading around $44, which is about where it closed yesterday. It is going to be another volatile day for GME. We want to keep an uptrend going for GME. It might come all the way back down to $30, but I believe maybe the level of $80 can be reached today or in the coming weeks if the market participants continue holding this and Roaring Kitty doesn't sell. He was briefly a billionaire on paper. I think it reached the price of $67, so that meant with his call options and his shares published on Reddit, he was briefly a billionaire, which is crazy to think. But yes, if he hasn't sold and if his sentiment is good on stream, then we can see retail getting back in and holding and looking for maybe that $80 price target, which is what we hit on the 13th of May. That could be an exit point or a target. Remember, everything I say in this video is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't give financial advice. Don't take any of this as investment advice. I'm just here sharing my own opinions. And now if we look over to ChatGPT and see some of the questions I asked, what is the percentage float that is held by retail on FFIE? This is important to know. There's a few numbers being put out there. Some say that it's about 99%. So ChatGPT is saying it's 52%. And then Seeking Alpha is saying 99%. So there's conflicting data. We haven't managed to quite find out how much is, but either between 50 and 99% is very, very high. And then I asked it to compare it to GME because we want to see what is the better risk to reward, in my opinion. And I said, compare it to GME and how much of this float is short and how much does retail hold. For FFIE, retail ownership, over 99% float is held by retail investors. I think that's the number we're going to go off because that's from Seeking Alpha, which is better known than Wall Street Zen. So we'll go off that for now. If anyone has any additional information, please leave it in the comments. And if you haven't already, please do hit the like button. We're trying to get 500 likes, and that would mean I'll be giving away $100 to charity. I'll also be showing you my live position as well towards the end of the video. So 99% of the float is held by retail investors, driven by substantial interest in trading activities amongst individual investors, particularly in the context of meme stock dynamics and high short interest. The short interest is about 95% on FFIE. 95% of the float is sold short, making it a prime target for potential short squeeze. Let's compare that to GME. Retail ownership. Retail investors hold about 51% of GameStop shares, so substantially less or on par depending on what data you use. This indicates a strong retail presence, although not as dominant as an FFIE. Remember that the difference is, though, GME's market cap is much higher, so there is a lot more held by retail in GME's case in terms of actual money. The short interest on GME, there's substantial short interest with 68% of shares sold short as of May 2024, which equates to about 25% of its float. With the this is a question I asked because it's very important. With the return of Roaring Kitty, and he has scheduled his first live stream for years on YouTube, what does this mean for the GME and FFIE? What do you expect to happen to the stock prices? Remember, we are going to be covering that live. The link for that will be in the description at the end of the video and in the comment section below. The return of Roaring Kitty, Keith Gill, a prominent figure in 2021 GameStop GME stock surge for his first live stream in years on YouTube, can have a significant implications for both GME and FFIE stocks. On GME, Roaring Kitty's influence on the retail investors community is substantial. His live streams and social media posts were pivotal during the initial GameStop rally, inspiring a large number of retail investors to buy and hold GME stock. His return could rekindle interest among his followers and attract new retail investors, potentially leading to an increase in trading volumes and stock prices. Potential for short squeeze, given the substantial short interest on GME, 22.3%. A surge in buying activity driven by renewed retail enthusiasts could trigger another short squeeze. This occurs when short sellers are forced to buy back their shares at higher prices to cover their position, further driving up the stock price. I think we all know what a short squeeze is at this point. Market sentiment and volatility. Roaring Kitty's live stream could create significant buzz and media coverage, which might enhance market sentiment around GME. However, it can also lead to heightened volatility with rapid price fluctuations as traders react to news and information he might share. Remember, it's going to be very volatile during the stream. If you're watching this before, then you can join us for it and we can trade it together. Or if you're watching this after, you'll have good data to go off and you can use all the information and charts I provided in this video. So keep watching as I'll show you my live position. Potential for this is for FFIE now. FFIE, which is already 99% of its float, is held by retail investors and a high short interest, 95%, could see similar speculative activity as GME if Roaring Kitty mentions or focuses on the stock. Remember, there's a lot of people out there that are commenting right now on the live stream, FFIE, FFIE, FFIE. If Roaring Kitty picks up on that with the market cap of FFIE and he suggests buying FFIE, oh my god, FFIE will go $3, $4, $5 instantly in my opinion. Again, not financial advice. Potential for short squeeze. Given the high short interest on FFIE, increased buying pressure from retail investors could also trigger a short squeeze, leading to a sharp rise. Like GME, any focus on FFIE could lead to increased market volatility. This is the next question I ask. What is the better bet, GME or FFIE? What price could they reach if a short squeeze occurred? Again, it tells us about the retail ownership, which we've already covered. Let's see if it gives us a conclusion. GME offers a potentially more stable bet in established presence in the market and historical performance. The potential for another dramatic short squeeze exists, but it might be less pronounced compared to FFIE due to lower short interest relative to its float. FFIE presents a higher risk, higher reward scenario with the potential for substantial gains if short squeeze occurred, driven by its extremely high short interest and retail ownership. I said I need a calculated answer. What price can GME hit and what price can FFIE hit? What is the better risk reward gamble? Please answer the question directly. Here are the metrics. And here's the calculation it does. Given that GME's current price is around $46, it's actually a little bit lower now. Applying the similar multiplier from the current price could yield potential price of $1,114. So that's the target for GME if a short squeeze occurs. A more conservative estimate might be around $300 to $500. This is, of course, if a short squeeze occurs, and there's no guarantee of that. But first targets, ChatGPT is saying between 300 and 500 with a potential peak at 1,100. Now, what does it say about FFIE? A reasonable estimate might be in the range of $20 to $40, which is about a 80x from where we are now, considering the extreme speculative nature of FFIE. The pros and cons. For GME, it's an established business. It's not going bankrupt anytime soon. Historical precedent for significant price increase. Large retail investor base. Cons. Higher current price, lower short interest as a percentage of float compared to FFIE. The pros for FFIE: extremely high short interest, high retail ownership, low current price market, low current price making large percentage gains more feasible. And the cons are less established business model, higher speculative risk, greater volatility. So the conclusion is, for GME, $300 to $500, possibly up to $1,000 in an extreme squeeze scenario. For FFIE, price target of $20 to $40, higher risk, higher potential. And this is my last question. What should investors watch in Roaring Kitty's live streams that could indicate future stock movements? Sentiment and tone. We need to see how his sentiment is, how his tone is. Does he look like he's about to sell his position? Of course, he was a billionaire last night, and that is a lot of money. So we need to see what his sentiment is. Cautious and negative sentiment. Any signs of caution or negativity might lead to sell-offs. Analysis and data. Look at his fundamental and technical analysis. Any news? Is he interacting with his community? Or is he going off a script? We don't know. We haven't seen him in about 4 years. So it's very crucial to see how he's presenting himself. If he's holding, if he's giving any indication. So that's what we're going to be covering on that front. And if I quickly show you what my position is currently, I have nothing to hide here. It's a relatively small position. I am basically, if I show you my two positions, I am new to Robinhood UK because we've just got it in the UK. So I'll post my link in the comment section if you want to sign up to Robinhood, which is where I'm trading it currently. Let me see if I can find you my position. I'm about 50-50. Here we go. It's on the right here. So I've got about 570 shares of FFIE. My buy-in price was about 64 cents. That's my average cost. So I'm holding that. We are basically at that price right now. And then if we go back to GME, I bought this last night. My average cost was about $43, and I am down on that position as it's currently at $41. So I'm holding. I'm seeing how it goes. It is purely a gamble as a risk reward situation. I'm not telling anyone to buy, hold, or sell. It's just my own opinion. So please do join us for the live stream. The live stream link will be over here. There'll be a playlist over here, and in the description, if you want to sign up to Robinhood using my link, we both get free shares. That'll be below. Don't forget to hit the like button. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.